All right, guys. I was talking a mile a minute. I don't know where I talked to, and so I'm going to just continue. I'm not going to even go back to that.
We were talking about your weekend, and then we were talking about
my
Megan.
weekend. I'm not going to go back through that whole thing. My dog bit my foot, my toe. So, I mean, I think that's an important thing. My mouse came running in, and I had the door open, and Lily went to chase it and bite it, and she bit my toe.
All right.
Where do we go from here?
Start with Kenneth. Kenneth says, Sammy, were Joe Masseria, Salvatore Marzano, Lucky Luciano, Al Capone, and Frank Costello made in the same kind of ceremony you were made, with the image of the saint being burned and the drawing of the blood?
I believe so. I believe that was a thing that happened a lot of years ago. So I think I wasn't there when they got made, but I think it was the same thing.
All right, we've got Billy. Hi, Sammy. I recently read that Nikki Cowboy was shot by members of Georgie Rush, Zappola's crew, and allegedly were plotting to take you out as well. Do you remember this?
Nikki Cowboy was not shot by Georgie Rush. Georgie Rush had a crew of young guys who gave them permission to kill me. I found out about it. There was a couple of sit-downs about it. Georgie Rush was with the Genovese family. There was a meeting. I went down with Tommy Bellotti to the meeting. I wasn't supposed to talk. Tommy was supposed to talk. Georgie Rush's captain was, the fuck is his name now? I just said it before. His captain. I forgot his name. But anyway, there was a meeting there. Chin sent his brother, Mario Gigante, and Georgie Rush said something to the fact that when he found out his guys asked to kill somebody named Sammy, he gave him an okay. Again, I wasn't supposed to talk, and I interrupted immediately. I said, bro, don't you guys have a captain in your family, Sammy Meatballs? So now what if my guys would have went and killed a guy because his name was Sammy? And what would you guys think and do and whatever. The meeting ended, and a week after the meeting was over, Georgie Rush's head floated up in the ocean with 3 bullet holes in his head. Then I had another meeting with Chin. When Chin told me, Sam, you know what happened? I said, I heard about it. And he said, that's the end of that. He asked me for a few favors. I asked him for a few favors. We left. We walked away. So he never killed Nikki Cowboy. My crew killed Nikki Cowboy. But he was supposedly going to kill me. He gave these young guys an okay to kill me. So it didn't work out. So that's the answer to that question. I mean, it's a longer story. I don't want to get involved too long of a story. So next question.
From Ryan Brown. Hello, Sammy. I hope you're enjoying the book I sent you. Just a little envelope for you, boss.
I got the book. I'm going to be honest with you. I was busy. I haven't started reading it yet. But I appreciate you sending me the book, and I will read it this weekend coming up. And next Monday Live, I'll let you know what I think about it. But I appreciate you sending me the book.
Sean Mark says, Dear Sammy, is it true that you were at the ADX?
Was it true that I was at the ADX? Yes, definitely. I was at the ADX for quite a while. Then I was transferred and bounced around for a while and went back there. That's where I was supposed to do my time. And I did 6.5 years in the hole. Not in the ADX, but I was in the ADX for quite a while. And then I was sent to other prisons for other reasons. And every time I went, no matter where I went, I was in the hole. And then eventually, 6.5 years later, I was back in the ADX Supermax, and that's where I got released and put back into population.
Sean Mark has another question for you. How well did you know Crazy Joe Gallo, who was killed inside of a restaurant?
I didn't know him at all. I knew of him. I never knew him as a person. but I knew he was on the opposite side. I was on the side of the Colombo family with Carmine Persico. I never knew him personally. I knew of him. We were hunting him. They were hunting us. And he got caught in Umberto's clam bar with some people. He got shot. His bodyguard got shot. He staggered outside the place. There was a guy waiting there, and that guy finished the job and killed him.
All right, from Liam, hi Sammy, with all the rackets your crew had, did your crew members each have a specific racket or job assigned to them?
No, there's nothing like that. It's not a company. Everybody does their own thing. Some guys have, a piece of a restaurant. Some guys are bookmakers. Some guys are different things. Everybody, you don't assign things to them. They all do their own thing to make money. They kick up to their captain, and then the captain kicks up to the boss. So it's not like a regular company. You're not assigned to any job. And if you're not a money maker, you can just sit there and do nothing, really.
From Sean Mark again, dear Sammy, I'm considering taking out a family member for ignoring my calls, like Gotti did for refusing to come in.
Wait. Say that one again.
I'm considering taking out a family member for ignoring my calls, kind of like Gotti did for refusing to come in.
I don't advise that, but when people refuse to return your calls, I wouldn't take them out, but maybe I wouldn't bother with him and wouldn't talk with him too much anymore. But don't take them out.
From Liam, hi Sammy, it's been reported that Gene Gotti is active again and is currently a captain. He's alleged to be making moves for my power within the family. Do you believe this? Also, do you know the current boss, Italian Dom Cefalu?
No, I don't believe he's active. I don't believe he's a captain anymore. I doubt it. He did a lot of time. When he came out, he packed it in, he left. He had, I believe, 2 daughters who were married and kids, his grandfather. I don't believe he got back into the life. And I know at one point they had told him, if you have any intentions of coming back into the life, what are you going to do with your nephew, John Jr., who broke every rule in the book? And he actually cooperated with the government. So if he wanted to come back into the life, he would have to kill his nephew first to show goodwill. And then maybe he could become a captain again and be in the life. But otherwise, he can't live with the fact that one of his nieces put a guy away and cooperated. All right, you're not going to kill a woman, an innocent woman, but you'd have to kill John Jr. Can't walk around. He cooperated. He broke every fucking rule in the book. You'd have to kill him first.
All right, we got a very generous envelope from Junior's Garage. Much love, Sammy.
Thank you, bro.
Gas Can Lip. Sammy, when Gas Can Lip and Sammy the Bull Gravano hijack a UFO from the sky, who should we fly over and scare first?
When me and him
Yep,
hijack a plane,
a UFO.
oh, a UFO, who should we scare first? The Democratic Party, but we can scare them.
J. Marie, Sammy, how rare is being switched families? How many times did it happen?
A guy switching families. Mm-hmm. It's very rare, especially if you're made. I know of one time that it ever happened. Once you're made in a family, you stay in that family. You know their secrets. They don't give you up and let you go to somebody else. Guys who before they were made, when they were an associate, I've known guys, I was switched from the Colombo family to the Gambino family. So I did that. Wow, this guy just gave me a whole head of black hair on this. Huh? Yeah, but they weren't made.
Can you give your opinion on the movies The Godfather and Goodfellas?
2 great movies. The writer, Nick Pileggi, is a good friend of mine. He wrote, he didn't write The Godfather, but he wrote, what is that on my head?
It's a goose.
Fuck was that? That just flew on my head. These people on TikTok, they can make things fly on you. I just saw a turkey or something flying on my head. But he did Goodfellas was great. Godfather was great. Two great movies. Godfather 1 was good. Godfather 2 was good. Godfather 3 sucked.
Tom from Instagram would like to know, would Mr. Neal have been a better boss than Paul?
I think a boss should be a gangster. If he's both a racketeer and a gangster, that's okay. But Paul was more of a businessman, gangster type of person. I think in the Mafia, you're dealing with murders, you're dealing with all kinds of things. You have to be a gangster. It's just like the President of the United States. Trump is a fucking gangster, and we need a gangster. Our country was fucking falling apart. Yeah. Somebody put a hat and a mustache on my head. So, I don't know, they don't know that that's happening, right?
YouTube has no idea what's going on.
No. All right, so I'm looking at 3 cameras, and I'm looking at people on TikTok, I'm looking at people on Instagram, and they could put gifts, they put things on your head, and now somebody's got a tomato or something on my head. All right, let's go.
Sammy, did you ever meet Frank Sinatra?
Yes. I met him one time in New York, and he was a real good guy. Everybody liked him in the mob, everybody that I know of. Gene Gotti had an incident with him. He sent Joe Watts over to threaten him that when you come into the restaurant, you go over and you kiss John's ring. Frank Sinatra left. He was with the Genovese family, a guy named Jimmy Blue Eyes, I believe his name was, and they got in touch with the Genovese family. Genovese family got in touch with John, and they said, John, hold up, bro. He's with us. You know that. Why fuck with this guy? And he's a good guy. He does a lot of favors for a lot of fucking people. And please, keep that guy away from him. Don't ever do that again. I was there when that happened.
Sammy, have you ever heard of the mob in Australia? And if so, do you know the name of it?
No, I don't know the name of it. I knew about the mob. There's guys who left alive from Italy who went there. A lot of guys. When I was busted in doing time, I was thinking of breaking out of prison, and I had made a move to talk to somebody in Australia because I would have left the country and joined that mob in Australia and stayed there and lived there for the rest of my life. So, yeah, I knew about the mob.
Jimmy would like to know, how many broads did you pull at the hair salon school?
How many broads did I what? Pull?
Did you pull?
Did I pull?
It means how many did you womanize?
Oh, how many did I womanize? Quite a few. Listen, I was banging half the school. But, what happened is when my ex-girlfriend, well, at that time, she was my girlfriend, she quit school and came into the school. I was running around the whole school telling the girls, listen, my girl comes to the school now. Don't come near me. They would, when you were a beginner, you were on the first floor, on the second floor. And when you were, advanced, you were on the first floor. So I was on the first floor. So I used to sneak around a little bit because she was on the second floor. She couldn't see me. And I did fool around a little bit. A little bit. I needed my head examined.
Eric G says, what's up, Sammy? Can I get a shout out to the 95 podcast coming soon? Thanks for the content.
Thank you, bro. And good luck with your 95 podcast. I mean, I would love to watch it when it comes out. Keep me abreast of it.
El Frago says, hi, how you doing? Is it true? El Frago.
Oh, Gallo.
It says Frago. Maybe he changed it. It says, is it true you tried to take over someone's card game in prison? Gracias.
Listen, I in prison, I tried to do a lot of things. A couple times I probably did that. One time I tried to do it that a couple of Spanish guys stepped to me right away. And hey, Sammy, that's not right. This is our game. All right. Go ahead, keep your game. So it's not that easy. They don't give a fuck who you are. in prison. What's theirs is theirs. I mean, so.
Okay, one more super chat. Cortez Crawford. He said, back in your heyday, would you want to kill me if I called you a B to your face?
A B?
Yeah.
A bitch? I don't know. Listen, I got into arguments with people. I mean, calling somebody a bitch is not the nicest thing in the world. I don't know. It depends on the situation. I mean, some guys call me a bitch, I'll punch you right in the fucking face. I don't care who you are, how big you are. Sometimes you're in an argument. Some people call each other a name that it's meaningless. They don't, it's not really meant. They just are cursing. So. And then in prison, I would call a guy, not a bitch, a biatch. You fucking biatch. You know what I'm saying? So that comes out a little different than bitch. Next week for some more fuck-ups early in the thing. All right. Listen,
Adios.
guys. Adios, motherfuckers.